So the first step to becoming the Silver Banshee will be to prep and prime our skin. After that, we're going to need to glue down our eyebrows using a non-toxic glue stick. Since my eyebrows are a little bit fuzzy in the front, I'm going to go ahead and put a glob down on them and smooth it over with the angled edge of a pair of tweezers. Next, we're going to want to conceal our eyebrows using a cream stick foundation, and then pat that in and use as many coats as you like. After that, we're going to use a translucent powder and gently pat that into the eyebrows to set it. Now we can begin getting down to business and looking really creepy. I'm going to use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk and run that all along my face, and after that we're going to be blending that out with a foundation brush. If you are pale, you may only need 1 or 2 coats, but if you have darker skin, you might want to add an additional coat. Next, I'm going to be taking a white face powder and patting that all over the places on my face where the Silver Banshee is most white. Other areas are going to be black from details, so I'm going to focus on the forehead, the nose, the cheekbones, and the chin. Here I'm just blending it out with a brush to soften the edges, and after that you're going to look a little creepy. Now, in order to black out our neck, I'm going to be taking the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean, and I'm going to use that to carefully draw our jawline. Now that I've finished defining my jawline, I'll be taking the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and I'm going to be running random lines down my neck. They don't have to be neat or anything because you're going to be using a dense kabuki brush to blend them out. Depending on what costume you're wearing with this look, you may want to run the lines further down, even towards your chest, or back towards your shoulders. It just all depends on how much of your skin is showing. Now that our creamy base is blended, I'm taking the NYX eyeshadow in Raven, and I'm thoroughly patting it all along my neck, my collarbone, and my chest. Once I've done that, I'm going to work it up into my ears as well. I chose not to put the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the ears because it's a little bit difficult to get out of there, if you know what I mean. Now I'm just going to sculpt along my jawline a little bit more because the Silver Banshee's face is a bit more pointy than mine is. Now for the next part, you may want to be looking at a picture of the Silver Banshee for reference. There are several different eye shapes that she's drawn with, but this one was my favorite. So I'm just going to use dots to reference where the inside of the eye socket begins, where it is at the height of the brow bone, and where it ends at the edge of the eye. Next, we're going to be drawing in the skull nose, and the best way I can describe doing this is just taking your marker liner and going down in a straight line very close to each other. And then after that, since the nose is kind of 3D to work with, imagine drawing 2 slices of pizza just sitting right next to each other. That's seriously the best way I can describe it, and I think it's easy to understand. Now I'm taking the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean again, and I'm filling in all the shapes that we made on the face. After that, we're going to be using that same black powder we used earlier and setting each of those shapes. Some spaces may be a little bit hard to get into, but after I put the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil on my nose, I was able to use a concealer brush to take care of most of it. Now I'm going to take that same concealer brush, and with a little bit of the residue left over, I'm going to run lines straight upward from the brow bone. This is going to make our character look much angrier, and unfortunately it is going to scare small children. After that, I'm going to be taking the same brush that I blacked out my neck with, and I'm going to use the residue on it to create a very strong contour towards the edge of my mouth. Though this contour is a strong one, I'm being very gentle with my handling of the brush because black is very significant to contour with. You just want to be really careful. It's very easy to do too much. Now we're going to be using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil again, and we're going to use that to completely white out the lips and blend that in with a foundation brush. Next, I'm going to be taking a small detail brush with a little bit of that black eyeshadow on it, and we're very gently going to lead that up into the shape of the contour that's on our cheekbones. Once we do that, we just want to create a little bit of a shadow on the inside of the mouth. The Silver Banshee doesn't really have lips at all. We just want to create shading. Next, I'm going to be using the same eyeliner marker from earlier, and I'm going to make reference points for the hollow shape that we're going to create of the Silver Banshee's cheekbones. There are many different styles that you can choose from based on how she's drawn in the comic books, but I generally liked going with this one because I felt like it flattered my face shape the best. Once you've got the general shape that you want, you can kind of play with the edges a little bit. You'll notice I kind of went back and decided with the second one that I wanted my shape to be more curved and angular, so I corrected that on the other side. After that, I went in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean, and then I also set it with black powder. Now we're going to be taking an eyeliner marker from earlier and drawing in the teeth. It's easiest just to start in the middle and use that as a good point of reference, and I found that it's best to not make all the teeth a completely even length, especially if you just make the outer ones a little bit longer, then it will add a more skeletal look overall to the mouth. Next, I'm taking the NYX Studio Liner in Extreme Silver, and I'm going to be placing that all over my lid and up to the crease. After the eyeliner is in place, next I'll be taking a very bright silvery eyeshadow by Urban Decay called Shellshock. And by putting this over the shape I've created, this is going to cause you to look extra creepy, because when you close your eyes, it's going to look like you're glowing and staring at people, and they may not like that. Now that we're about finished with everything, I'm just going in with that same eyeliner marker from earlier, and I'm touching up the edges of anything that may look like it's not quite as neat once I was finished up, and I'm also defining the brow and making it look extra defined. Alright guys, so that is my finished look for the Silver Banshee. If you enjoyed this look, please give my video a thumbs up to help it enter the NYX Face Awards. It would just be an honor for me to compete. And if you're going to try this out for cosplay or something, please Instagram it to me at Silver Selfie, and I will check it out and be honored to see it on your face. I adore you guys, and thank you so much for watching.